Family, this is True to the Strat, and we have us another weekly watch this video. Now we have an insane week coming up next week. We have FOMC on Wednesday. Powell will be talking as well. We have Apple earnings, Microsoft earnings, Meta earnings, Amazon earnings, and Google earnings. I expect a whole lot of volatility come next week. Therefore, I will still be on defense. But without further ado, we're going to step into this watch list. I have a few names, not a crazy list, a short list of names that stood out to me that I will be watching going into next week. Again, expect a crazy week. So not planning to go too heavy on these, maybe just be going light, honestly. Excuse me. But let's jump straight into it. So first name I bring up is Baidu. Baidu. What I like about Baidu is Baidu has been on a nice run, right? Consolidated at the previous year open down here, had this nice 3-1-2 TD upside and exploded, right? Ran for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then we finally got some nice pullback. We finally got that nice pullback. So I want to see if price is ready to run back to the upside. So I have this current week failed to down hammer, holding the previous year open and the previous year high. So when I spread out the chart, if you go back at least 10 years, this area that I highlighted is very important. With the previous year open at 116.89, if you look to the left, and then we can quite look into this area, you see that at this price, where the wicks are, we held price and push back to the upside. So I'm seeing that institutions like this range, you can keep scrolling to the left. I always tell students, always look to the left. So around this same area of 116.89, got the wicks and then the push up. We have these wicks and then push up. So I know that the smart money love defense in this area, same area, consolidation and crazy run to the upside back in 2021. So we are back in this range. We did tap some equal highs, finally fell. So I want to see if we can start to rise back to the upside based on what previous price action is telling me. This area is acting as demand zone. And again, we have that failed to down hammer. So we're looking for that 2-2 rev with calls above the previous week high, which will be 123.35 to enter this trade. On a daily, we have some consolidation as well. Retested the previous year open, pop back to the upside. We didn't have an aggressive move up. Instead, we did close as dojis. Beware with Baidu. Baidu can be gappy because of China, but Baidu can cover a nice range daily, which is $5.21. Looking at the hybrid time frames on this, looking at the 2-day, it's a 2-up continuation. I believe the 3-day, 2-up. 4-day is a failed 2 down as well, just like the 5-day. Yeah, 4-day is a failed 2 down as well. Hammer, just like the week is a hammer. We got a double hammer going on there. Wicks pushing to the upside. So I really think that they like this area, and this has it's a high probability of us moving back to the upside to hopefully reclaim the highs of 149.51. So that's why I like Baidu. Again, calls above the previous week high, which is 123.35. We on a target 128.20. Let's go to the daily really quickly. We're on target 131.75, 136.24, 139.05, and then we want to get up to 141.60. See what happens with price there. If we get above 141.60, I see us hitting 149.51 pretty easy. Again, be a little careful with this one. It is China, but it's subject to gap ups and gap downs as well. But again, I like where it's coming from. I like the contracts. The 21 Novembers will be the safest. This is more for larger ports. 21 November 135 Cs is $4, meaning $400. Again, if we got the target of 139.05 or 141.60, let's put 60 here. hit that at least by the 7th. So let's put that by November 7th. That's 160 plus return on investment. 139, we hit 139. That's over 120%, 120% return on investment, and 139 is right around this range. Go ahead. That can happen in a few days. If you get some nice price actions will follow through to the upside, that can happen in a few days. 136.24 should provide a nice base hit. 86, especially if we hit that by the 7th. So decent contracts. I mean, on the expensive side, but based on these targets, we can hit those targets fairly easy. Here's the 130Cs. 130Cs is just as lovely. You can take it out some more on the 14th. Even if we hit those targets by the 14th, you still got decent return on investment with monthlies. So again, it's the contracts that I recommend, but if you want to get less time, the risk is yours to take. You got the 128s, the 130s, got the 135s, but that's your risk to take if y'all want to go with the 2 weeks out. But if you want to be super safe, got the monthlies. Again, we can hit those targets pretty easy. Next tick I'm going to talk about is Myrna. Now, I don't trust healthcare, but this setup, I cannot ignore this setup. It's not pretty on the higher time frames. Like, it's been consolidating on a quarter, been closing as dojis. You about to get a new quarter soon, but look at the month. 2 up on the month, barely. I mean, we tapped 29.45, pulled back. So my plan for this is, can we re-trigger the 2 down, 2 up reversal on the M, pushing above, what is that? 27.10. And finally on the weekly time frame, what I like about this is this price consolidated, push up and pull back. It pulled back holding the previous zone where price used to reject. So around 25.97, price used to reject this area, and you could tell that by the wicks. So this was a demand area, now became a supportive. I mean, that was a supply area that now became a supportive demand area, and now we're looking for price to push back to the upside on this one. Again, I'm always just referring to previous price action. If you look all the way to the left here as well, price love this area and pop. So that's basically all I'm doing, is I'm using previous price action as a guide to tell me where the institutions want to buy and sell price. And looking at this 65.69 to at least 25.69 to at least 26.12, you see that price is being purchased in that range, and here we are back in that range, right? Not to mention we are sitting on a point of control as well. You see this red line going here, that is the POC. If you've seen my previous videos, you know what the POC represents. And again, that acts as a launch pad for price, and it also shows where price had the most accumulated, where the most shares was accumulated and sold. And now we look like we can reverse back to the upside coming off that point of control. So that's why I like this. I don't usually, y'all know me for bullish pennants, I don't usually use bear flags, bull flag, but there's a bull flag happening here as well. Yeah, so price just got to cross and pop back to the upside. This can get real aggressive. Again, 2 confluence that I like about this: we holding a POC, we holding previous supply as demand, and price is refusing to go below. Price is refusing to go below previous month's close. So that's why I like this ticker. I like this setup. I want to see a very strong, powerful move. Also, the hybrid time frames look really, really nice as well. If you're looking at the 2-day, got a fail, 2 down, 2 up on the 2-day, calls above 26.92. So you want to take this Myrna, calls above 26.92. And looking at that 3-day, we got a 2-1, 2 up on the 3-day that opens on the 29th. The 2-day opens up on the 27th, which is on Monday. So you can take this early as Monday. Now, again, I love this setup. If this can pop as soon as possible, it can pay. But just beware the contracts. The contracts is good. just analyzing them because the IV is a little bit over 50. We would need an aggressive move as soon as possible in order to see the best payout. That's my only discrepancy. One more discrepancy is we do have earnings on a 6, so maybe we can get that earnings run up. So just keep that in mind. Um, just put that in, just put that in the midst of the risk factors of this trade. FOMC, volatility plus earnings on the 6. But this has the potential to pop because see a quick pop in PMG, pivot machine gun, these pivots here, and push to the upside pretty easy. I see these going to 31.85 if we get the move. And here are the contracts we want to look at. So 21 expiration date, 29 C's for $1.26. So you don't need a huge portfolio to get in on these. All right. Again, we want to aim for that 31.85. And that could be over 100% return on investment. We hit that by the 14th. But you will have to swing this through earnings. All right. So loving that setup. Loving that setup. Next thing I'm going to talk about is AMAT. Applied materials. So this one is pretty interesting. Real simple setup. We got a 2-1 hammer on the 2-1-2 setup to the upside. What I do like about this one, I didn't notice this until later. We did go fail 2 up, but again, what I like, and then not only we fell 2 up, but we are having problems at the previous week highs. We having problems at this 232 area where these wicks are showing up. If we are to push through, we have a huge gap to fill, a beautiful gap to fill. So let me take y'all all the way to the left. And I highlight that range. So we got the gap to fill from at least 23.13 all the way up to 241.94. So yeah, that's a nice move to the upside. Nice move to the upside. Couple dollars to the upside as well. We got that gap to fill. And right before we get to that gap, you're sitting right below it. So to me, again, calls above 230.82. Price target of 236.86. And another price target where we fill a gap at 241.94. Now, it's a lot of space between 241.94 to 255. It's like that for a reason because there wasn't a lot of pivots in a way. The next actual pivot we got about looking all the way to the left is around 24.81. So that's the target before we get to 255.89. So I'm saying if we can get above these highs we were struggling at, you can fill this gap easy. So that's easy money to 241.94. And then we can get to 248. It's an $8 ATR. So let's move $8 a day. So this can print. Even if this pull back, just watch it around 218.12 and 215. If that gives like a 2 down, 2 up reversal, take the cheaper premiums back up. So we're going to be monitoring for that as well. If this pull back from here, that's okay. We want that actually because we want the cheaper premiums. But for right now, weekly look beautiful. 212 to the upside. Again, we want calls above 230.82, or you could take calls above the actual weekly high, which is 231.33. So there's 2 entries there. We also show you how the hybrid time frames. I don't think we got anything crazy on the hybrid time frames, do we? We got a 2 down, 2 up on a 4-day. Yeah, nothing crazy on the hybrids for right now. But yeah, you just got to push above those highs. Push above those highs. This could be easy money. Don't have earnings until the 11-12 anyway. So this could be easy money. This is for larger ports. We do have a 31 October, but that is a weekly. That's risky. Again, if you're okay with that risk, if we was to push, let's bring these down to the 31st. Again, hitting those targets, right? Let's say we hit 241. That's 241. It's only right there, 241.94. That's 89% by Friday. That's possible. Even if that's a weekly, that's very possible. We got 248. Let's put 248 in there. That's possible as well. But my bet will be on that 241 if I'm getting the weeklies. If you get the monthlies, that's more for larger ports. these percentages are very beautiful for it. Let's say we hit those targets by the 7th, still beautiful. And that's more than enough time to hit at least target number 1, which is 241.94. So, loving that, loving that. Yeah, that can happen in one day, hitting that 241.94. You can take profit right there too. And if we hit 255s, let's see. That's 178. So even if you hit 255 by the 13th, 130. So yeah, this AMAC can't be ignored. If you got a small port, large port, just that. If you are getting the weeklies, just be a little careful. I don't think 2-week out contracts like that. The Greeks is good. So November 7th. Yeah, I could explore with this. See how we open on Monday. The spreads are not the best here. Not a lot of people at the party. 14s. These are a little better, but nothing crazy. Yeah, it's just monthlies and weeklies that look the best to me. Yeah. Here's the 440s. Yeah. Next ticker is EOSE. This ticker been very, very popular. Again, crazy run up to the upside. Finally got that pullback. It has a bullish pennant going on a 2-day. Have a bullish pennant going on a 1-day, right? Weekly time frame is we get the 2-2 rev. The 2-2 rev would trigger at $17.33. However, we can catch an entry on a daily. So we get above entry of calls above 16.40. That would be the 2-up continuation. Not only 2-up continuation on a daily, but on a 2-day, we got a 312 up. Earnings on the 4th. Oh, damn, we got earnings on the 4th. All right, so just watch out for that. Earnings on the 4th, but nice 312 to the upside. First target 17.33. Next target 1802. Next target 1905. Okay. Not bad. This could be a little quick gainer here. Just quick warning, man. The IV is high on these shits. This is a $16 stock. The IV is 133. So this gotta move immediately in order to see a payout. Could go with the weeklies again. Not that risky. The weeklies are cheap. But it could tap 1905 by the end of the week. This is very possible. But I would just get the 2 weeks out. So let's bring these down to the 7th. We got 1982 right there. We really want to get the 1905, so let's put that there. Let's put that down. I'm gonna add it. 1905. So we hit that by the 7th. That's only 8%. Let's say we hit that by the end of the week, 31st. That's 90. So that could print. That's the 2 weeks out. That could print. That could print. 1905 is only right there. That could print. Just put your stops or where you would get out at below the weekly low, which is 1432. This is a good risk to reward play. Even if you rock with the weeklies, just know your risk. 1982. It's 136, and that's for 2 weeks out, y'all. 2 weeks out. If you want the monthlies, want to be safe, 1905s will still print by the end of the week. 1982 will still print by the end of the week. 91% return on investment. And if we get above all of that, we got these 20s to hit up here. These are the other targets I added in. That's based on, let's look into the left. Just going over here, getting these pivots. So again, 1905 main target, we get above 1905. That should give us a nice little base hit. Then we aim for the rest of those targets. But we might as well just get the monthlies. Look at that. We hit the 1905 by the 7th. That's 48%. Might as well just get the monthlies. Way safer. Yeah, like that one. So we just want to catch that continuation back to the upside. Looking good. Last but not least, EQT. So what's going on with this one? It's got a lot of conflict, but I like it. Double inside quarterly. Earnings on February. We already had the earnings, so we ain't gotta worry about that. WNSI quarterly, monthly fell two up on a month, but we can go above 55.31, retrigger that 3-2 to the upside. That's what we want to do. On a weekly time frame, again, not pretty on the week. So this next week, when we're gonna open up, we will open up as an N size. So this one could fluctuate, but the reason why I was attracted to this is because price is defending 5208 pretty nicely. This is on top of this previous chop. When I see that, that means bullish to me if we hold these previous areas where we once struggled at. And now we're looking for that reversal back to the upside on the daily. So that's what's happening right now. We got a 2-1 sitting on top of this point of control. So we catch a 2-1-2 reversal back to the upside. Hopefully we can break. We want to aim and break 57.05, and then we want to get up to 58.03. This 57.05 will be an area of concern. You look to the left. Price love to reject there. Price love to reject there. So let's see what happens with that. Let's see what happens with that. So with the contracts we have, that's again close above 54.01. Contracts we have 21. These are good for the small ports as well. We got the 21 November's 57.5 C's for $97, and we want to aim for 57.05. 57.05 will give you a 65% return on investment if hit by the 7th. That's good. That's a good layup. You hit that by the 31st and the week, which is possible. Got 100% on the monthlies. That is good. That is very possible. Moves $2 a day, and we only sitting at 53. So one day could give you 55, another day give you 57. So we're giving ourselves a whole month to hit just something that can happen in 2 days. Now, again, this area is going to be a problem. We get above that, 58.03. That's 159%. We'll expect to hit that by the end of the week. So the 7th, that's over 100%. So yeah, the contracts and risk to reward is very, very well. The weekly setup itself, not showing too much, but I think this is building up. This is building up. And I think they perform well on earnings as well. So that's it for me. Let's see how this week unfolds. We got a lot of events coming up this week. Again, stay on your toes, stay patient. We're not just hopping in any trades. We are very precise. Shout out to Gap last week. If you watched last week, watch this video. Gap went crazy. We told people to watch Gap. Gap paid. We're going to see what happened this week, all right? Peace out. Enjoy your weekend.